Okay, so it's now 4 o'clock, so we will start the English section for the program briefing. So yeah, welcome everyone to the program briefing for Building Sciences and Engineering. And my name is Sean here, Chang Hilden, and you can call me Hilda. And I am the program leader of the program Building Sciences and Engineering. So we belong to the Department of Building, Environment, and Energy Engineering at the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. And I'm very happy to see you here today. So choosing a university program that suits you is very important. So I hope that you will take the time to understand different programs and find one that you truly like and can develop your strength. So for today, I will spend around 20 or 25 minutes to explain to you about our department and also the content of the program. And then after that, we have our current student, our year 4 students who will share her experience in the PolyU and also her career path. Okay, so let's start. So the Hong Kong Polytechnic University was formerly the Hong Kong Government Trade School, established in 1937, giving it a history of 89 years. So we have a total of 7 plus 5, that is 12 faculties. And our department belongs to the Faculty of Construction and Environment. So in abbreviation, we call it FCE. And it was established as the founding of the institution in 1937. So up to now, PolyU has over 500,000 graduates contributing to the Hong Kong's development across different sectors. PolyU history began in 1937 with the founding of the Government Trade School, which was the first publicly funded post-secondary technical institution in Hong Kong. And then in 1947, it was renamed the Hong Kong Technical College. And in 1972, Hong Kong Polytechnic was established. So bachelor's degree programs began in 1983, followed by master and doctoral programs in 1986 and 1987 respectively. And in 1994, it officially became an university and was renamed the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. So our department, established in 1981, so now has a history of 45 years already. Okay, so our department of B, we call us BEEE, so Building, Environment, and Energy Engineering. So we currently has more than 1,000 students, including undergraduate, postgraduate, which are master and PhD degrees, and around 400 students, so 388 to be more precise. So around 400 students graduate each year. So with over 40 years of history, so we have built a strong alumni network. So if you know people working in the construction industry, many are graduates of the PolyU. According to the latest QS World University ranking for the subject architecture and built environment, we are ranked 21st, so reflecting our strong international recognition in this field. Most buildings in the PolyU campus are named using English letters in a systematic way. So we have Block A and then all the way to Block EZ. So our department's offices and laboratories are located in the Block EZ. So most of our classes are held here, and my offices are on the 8th floor, so making it convenient for students to come and ask questions after class. Our teaching team is large and highly professional. So many are international, well-known scholars who integrate the latest research findings into their teaching, allowing students to stay up to date with cutting-edge technology. Here we have Professor Li and Professor Yang. So Professor Li is our department head, and Professor Yang is our chair professor. So they are among the top 1% scholars worldwide, demonstrating outstanding leadership in the academia. In addition to classroom learning, we place great importance on hands-on experience. So most of our courses require students to learn through laboratory work to better understand the concepts. Our laboratories cover traditional building environment, air conditioning, fire engineering, and smart building, as well as some innovative and low carbon technologies. And these are the topics under our department. So our academic programs. So we offer a range of undergraduate, postgraduate, and research programs. So today's briefing will mainly focus on the undergraduate program, Bachelor of Engineering in Building Sciences and Engineering. And our program code, so JS3211. So I believe what everyone most wants to know today is, what is this program about? So let's look back more than 100 years. At that time, people lived in small village houses. So the basic requirement was simply shelter from the wind, from the rain, and then rely mainly on natural lighting and natural ventilation for a livable environment. And decades later, people moved from villages to towns. And industrial revolution brought rapid technological development, providing like electricity and clean water, improving comfort and convenience. Technologies such as air conditioning and lighting systems also improve indoor environmental quality and work efficiency. In modern times, we are experiencing rapid population growth, with more people moving into the cities and megacities like Hong Kong. While cities offer convenience, they also bring crowded living conditions and various types of pollution. Therefore, advanced and efficient systems are needed to provide safe, healthy, and comfortable environments. Examples include using big data for energy efficient system design, digital twin technology for energy management, IoT for automatic control of indoor temperature and lighting, monitoring air and water quality, and optimizing smart grid systems. And looking ahead, so in the future, more than half of the world's population will live in cities. So due to maybe climate change, extreme weather, or maybe the next wave of pandemics, we will just spend more and more time indoors. And buildings must meet our daily needs. At the same time, building design faces challenges such as greenhouse gas emissions and climate change. Future buildings must adapt to extreme weather, achieve high energy efficiency, and utilize renewable energy like solar and wind power. So Hong Kong aims to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050. And 90% of the electricity consumption in Hong Kong occurs inside building. And since all building energy systems are covered in our program, our graduates will play a very key role in achieving the goal of carbon neutrality. So our program mainly covers several aspects, creating safe, comfortable, and healthy living environment. So safety and health are the most fundamental requirements for buildings. So students will learn about fire safety, indoor air quality, and environmental protection, including renewable energy. And in modern cities, comfort is also very important. So we will also teach thermal, visual, and acoustic comfort, as well as smart building systems. So in summary, our program integrates basic science with engineering applications to create livable built environment. So our program is a government-funded 4-year program. So in year 1, we will focus on fundamental mathematics and physics, and also GUR is the General University Requirements, which includes some leadership skills and language. And then in year 2, covers energy fundamentals such as thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, and basic electrical engineering. And then year 3, focus on the engineering applications and systems design. And year 4, emphasize innovation and research. So for year 1, year 2 is would be basically some fundamental science and also the general university requirements. So for year 3, it will cover topics such as building environment and indoor air quality. HVACR would be the heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration, and energy efficiency, and electrical power and lighting system, fire safety engineering, hydraulics and plumbing and drainage, and building management, and others. And year 4, okay, students will undertake a research project and also these elective subjects. So students can choose among these subjects. So electives allow students to specialize according to their interests. So explore advanced topics and learn about current research. So this provides a strong foundation for their future academic and career development. Okay, our program is accredited by the Hong Kong Institution of Engineers. So in short, we call it Hong Kong IE. So graduates who meet the requirements can become registered engineer under the Engineers Registration Ordinance in Hong Kong. So it's similar to the professional qualifications like lawyers and doctors. Apart from the Hong Kong IE, graduates can also obtain professional recognition from the UK Chartered Institution of Building Services Engineers. So in short, we call it CIBS, CIBSE. Okay, besides the major, which is the building, sciences, and engineering, our program, so this is the major. So students are also welcome to choose a secondary major or a minor. So a minor requires 18 credits, while a secondary major requires 36 credits. And PolyU offers 2 different secondary major, and they are the AIDA, Artificial Intelligence and Data Analytics, and also Innovation and Entrepreneurship, IE. So our program, the major will, so students, in order to graduate the program, will need to fulfill around 120 credits. So studying extra 36 credits would not be that easy. Okay, but if you study our program and then study the secondary major, then you can save some time because our subject content overlaps with these 2 areas, and such that some credits can be double counted. So for example, if a student choose our program and then study the secondary major in AIDA, they may only need to study 12 credits more, and then they can obtain both degrees. So the degrees in the Bachelor of Engineering in Building Sciences and Engineering, and also the secondary major in AIDA. So 12 credits would be like around 4 more subjects. Okay, apart from the secondary major, we also offer a fast track program to complete both bachelor's and master degrees in just 4.5 years. So this would be grade to save time and cost if you have good academic results. So we normally require students to have higher GPA so that they can join this fast track program. Okay, beyond academics, we provide additional learning experience such as student exchange program. So students are encouraged to study abroad for like 1 semester. So the credits that earned in the exchange university can be transferred back to the PolyU, so it will not delay their graduation. For those who prefer shorter experience, 1 week study tours combining academic and cultural exchange are also available. So in the previous years, we have been to Seoul and then Hanoi and Malaysia, Japan, Taiwan, Australia, many places. Okay, students are also required to complete at least 4 years of internship. So we call it the WID, Work Integrated Education. And in this internship, a student will gain practical knowledge and professional experience in the construction industry. And we also offer a mentorship program. So with over 40 years of history, our alumni network spans across different government and private sector, allowing us to match students with mentors who can provide academic and career advice. Students can also participate in academic competitions and apply for many different kinds of scholarships. Okay, here looking at the graduate employment, most students work in the construction industry, including government departments like the EMSD, which is the Electrical and Mechanical Services Department, and also the Hong Kong Housing Authority, some public organization, utility company, developer, contractor, consulting firms. And our graduates have the highest average salary within the faculty last year. So the career prospects are very broad and very positive. And for DSG students, admission consider the best 5 subjects with the last year average score around 21.3, which is not very high. So preferred subjects include English, mathematics, physics, and combined science with physics. I think students interested in math and physics would be particularly suitable. Okay, but we have good students who can perform very well, although they don't have physics background. Okay, so don't worry if you didn't study physics. In the year 1, okay, there would be some physics subjects to help you out. Okay, so this program, I think this in overall, the entry requirements of the subjects are not extremely high, okay, but the job prospect and the salaries are very attractive. So this program is ideal for students interested in math and physics who want to use technology to improve the built environment and promote sustainable development in a world facing energy challenges. So here, this is the QR code to our department website. And we have our contact here, like the email. So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. And you can also scan this QR code to access to the website. Okay, so now I will invite our current year 4 students, Karen, to share with us about her experience in the PolyU and also her career path. And after that, there will be a Q&A section. So if you have any questions, you can ask us by that time. Okay, Karen, please.
All right, so thank you, Dr. Jane. Hi everyone, my name is Karen, and I'm very happy to be here today to have a quick student sharing to you all. Um, settings. Okay, so hi again, my name is Karen, and I'm currently a final year student in the Building Sciences and Engineering in our department BEEE. So I aspire to be a professional building service engineer, including to obtain a accreditation at the HKIE or to become a CIPC member. So let's first talk about what I have learned over the past 4 years. So apart from what Dr. Jiang has mentioned about other subjects, there are some things that I want to highlight, including the BEAM certification in BEAM managing. So in BEAM management, so what is BEAM is mainly a tool for us to manage the building or the blueprints in 3D so that we may coordinate with other parties more precisely. So in the past, oftentimes architects or engineers use 2D blueprints, and we mainly use softwares like AutoCAD to draw 2D printings and drawings. So now we have BEAM, and we are able to transcribe these 2D images into 3D. So the Beam Manager course allows us to manage Beam content on a platform, which further strengthens the coordination between different team players. And on the other side, we also have the green card, which is a card that signifies that we have completed the safety training for us to enter different sites. So it is quite useful if you are an engineer. There are often times that you need to go to a construction site to supervise or to obtain information of the project you are currently working on. So there's the two certifications, and I would also like to highlight what I've done during my last year capstone project. Apart from the more, let's say, more career focused side, we also have stuff that focus on research. So if you're interested in research, you may want to do the capstone project focusing on topics like heat and mass transfer, like what I did. So the main principle of this project is to examine the impacts of heat and humidity on the moist absorption rate of clothing. So we want to examine how heat and moist is actually interacting with each other in the clothing and on human body. So this helps us to develop a model to to uh to make a new model for thermal regulation and to improve the thermal comfort. So apart from that, I have also been to a semester exchange in Germany, Aachen, FTH, and I had a semester exchange in the Faculty of Architecture, which is also building related. So as you can see, I have underwent a lot of cultural exchange. You can see that I had this traditional German meal that is, I think, is raw meat. So apart from that, I also learned German and learned a new language, which is quite fun to me. And I have created a exhibition. It is architecture related, which we have to create a project for from our understandings of what is utopia. And I think this sort of experiences really strengthened my understanding to architecture and understand how building is really related to human beings and how we can actually make improvements in buildings to create a better living environment for society. So I hope that these experiences in Germany can help me become a better engineer in a local context. So apart from exchange, let's talk about some working experiences. So for the WIE that is mentioned, I have been to a summer internship that lasts for 8 weeks in Mott MacDonald. This is a engineering consultancy. So, what we do in a engineering consultancy as a building services engineer is to mainly produce designs and workable plans for our clients. For example, they may require us to design a new air conditioning system, and we will try to our best to deliver the best design for them and to show them to calculate the life cycle cost for them and to make sure that everything is done to their according to their opinion. So what I'm majorly responsible is the MFAC, which is mechanical ventilation and air conditioning design. I also draw some drawings, and apart from that, will also be required to generate reports and prepare some calculations, as most of the times we would need to seek approval from different governmental organizations before we can officially start the construction of these systems. So it is therefore quite important for us to prepare these reports as well. And last but not least, we are very, I've learned to be coordinating in a team as MVAC is only one of the parts in building services, and many parts and many teams work together to deliver a project together successfully. So it is really important to know your own sense or your own responsibilities in a team in hopes to deliver the project together smoothly and successfully. So there's a summer internship, and I also had joined a STEM internship in PolyU with Professor Vivian Liu in our department. So this project is about how we may obtain energy more sustainably and to reduce the energy use of air conditioning. As you can see from this diagram, we have some bifacial PV panels, and when on the one side, it absorbs solar radiation, and on the other side, it can also absorb solar radiation that has been reflected back by the newly developed coating. While on the other hand, the coating can also bounce back the majority of the heat emissions back to the space, which will greatly reduce the AC load inside a building to up to 94%. So it is quite fun and also very impressive for me to be included in such a project, and I have really learned a lot more about how new technologies can help sustainable environment and energy. So if you would not, if you have don't have really have an interest in going to a long-term exchange in overseas, you may also consider joining some trips organized by our department. So last year, I've also been to Harbin in China. That we have visited the Harbin Institute of Technology, and they have a really well-built lab for simulating different environments needed to develop new building services design. And also, it was really a fun cultural exchange. And we are also able to learn a lot from the students there and the teachers there. So that will be a summary of my 4 years life in PolyU. And if you want to reach out, you may scan this QR code to my LinkedIn profile. And I think it's time for the Q&A section.
Thank you, Karen. So we are happy to know that she has learned a lot, and yeah, also we are happy to know about her fruitful, academic life. Okay, so it's now the Q&A section. So if you have any questions, if any inquiry, anything you want to ask about our program, you are welcome to type your questions in the chat box. Or you can also raise your hand so that you can just share your audio so that we can directly chat about anything we can help. Sometimes students may ask, so is there any interview? So for this program, we will arrange interview. and it would be around July, yeah, probably end of July, and it will be conducted in English. So typically, it will be an online interview, and students, individual interview, and students will be asked to spend, first of all, spend around 1 minute, 2 minutes to introduce about herself or himself, and then yeah, we want to know more about you. So I think the main objective or what we want is to know more about you. So why would you like to choose our program? So what inspire you to become an engineer, and whether you have visited our website maybe. So in the website, in the last of my slides, yeah, you can scan the QR code to visit our website. So maybe I will ask you about this next time when I see you in the interview. And um, yeah, about your interests. Yeah, so that would be about the interview. And what's more? We have also received some inquiries about any preparation will we recommend before entering our program. So for this program, because it is an engineering program, so it will be good for you to know more physics. But don't worry if you didn't study physics. Yeah, so I know that in the education system in Hong Kong. So maybe you are very interested in physics. It's just that you don't have the chance to study physics. So it's now the time. So you have the summer, and yeah, so I think nowadays there are many channels, many ways for you to study anything. So you may go to like YouTube to find some clips. Like maybe you can just search a keywords air conditioning, or maybe a solar energy, okay, or maybe a thermal comfort. So you will be able to find so many clips. And I think these videos will help build a solid background or some foundation for you to study this program. And yeah, and English will be also the only teaching media medium. So you may also practice your presentation skills or maybe writing skills. So in our program, there are many group projects. So you will have to cooperate with other group members, and then may need to conduct an oral presentation in English. So all these would be quite important for the academic results, yeah, for the assessment. So you can also spend some time to improve. Yeah, yeah. If you are not confident in the English speaking or maybe writing, yeah, you can also try to improve it using the summer. So make good use of the summertime. And what else? Yeah. So once again, if you have any questions, you can type in the chat box. And yeah, we have the consultation day just this Saturday. And yeah, we have the PolyU info day every year. So yeah, you are welcome to visit us. Or maybe if you missed these info day, and if you have some questions about the program, you are also welcome to send us email. Okay, just yeah, send me email, and then we will try our best to answer. All right. I think I have also received some inquiries about working in other countries. So I think a student asked whether, yeah, which country will need more engineers. So I think if, yeah, as I have mentioned earlier in the presentation, so we have more and more people moving to the cities. So we need to develop new cities. And whenever there are cities, there are buildings. So I think anywhere which need development, which have cities, will need building services engineer. So that would be us. And if you have a good degree, okay, like ours, so the one provided by our program, and it has been accredited by the Hong Kong ID, and also you can get chartership in the CIBSE. So this is the professional qualification. So if you have this professional qualification, you will be, you can work as an engineer in many different countries. So I think it gives you the choice to choose where you want to work. So instead of which country or which region needs you. So if you have completed our program, you have the choice to choose where you want to develop your career. And yeah, I also recommend you to join the exchange program if you are interested in working elsewhere. So try to understand the culture there and then to know more about their engineering practice. So I think that would be why we have the exchange program. Okay, so any questions? We are here to answer your questions. And maybe sometimes students worried about, we have, okay, I would like to, we have a questions from one of our students. So what are the difference between normal BEEE program and the fast track integrated bachelor's and master degree program? Okay, so this fast track program would be for students with good academic results. So if I remember it correctly, it would be the top tier students with GPA over 3.3. Yeah, then these students will be eligible to join the fast track program. So only 4.5 years to obtain the certificate of bachelor degree and also master degree. So that would be just something on top of the bachelor degree programs. So maybe your classmate, okay, they will study 4-year program to get a bachelor, and then for you, you have good academic results. So you only spend more half a year more, then you can get also the master degree. But of course, you will need to study more subjects during the 4.5 year. I mean, so in the early 4 years, you already need to start some of the master subjects. Okay, so your workload, I mean, your study load will be a little bit higher than your fellow classmates. So that's why this fast track program will be offered to students with good academic results only. Okay, and the tuition fees will also be cheaper. So only 4.5 years. So comparing to 4 years program, and then you apply for the master degree separately. So if you take the fast track program, then the tuition fees will be cheaper. Okay, so I think this is a very good chance if you target to pursue a master degree anyway. Okay, so I hope that I am able to answer your questions. Okay, I'm happy to see your questions. Yeah, okay, not to be too lonely in this chat room. Okay, any other questions? I welcome any questions about the program. Okay, if if there is no other questions, I think we can just end the briefing session here. And once again, maybe some days later, okay, maybe something come across to your mind and then you want to ask us. So just please feel free to send us an email. Okay, we will try our best to answer your questions. Okay, so hope to see you in the interview or maybe in the PolyU campus later. Okay, thank you. Thank you for joining the section and bye bye. Thank you. Bye.